Welcome to Cheng. I'm Dr. Mark Cheng, and these are my assistants Kate and Anton. They've been training with me for over 8 years, and a mother and son team. Kate will be modifying today, so if you need to, please follow along with her. We're going to start maximizing your mobility with our neural reboot. Here we go. Please use the chair if you need to. We're going to start off with skateboarding. You're going to want to hold the chair not so much as a death grip. Use it very sparingly, only to help you when needed. And we're going to start off on this side, staying nice and tall, foot planted on the ground, vertex of the head pried up, and hips pushing forward. Here we go. Swing back. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Same thing, other side. And again, if you're using a chair, switch sides. Take the time, plant your base foot, hips forward, spine tall, and try and drive your thigh of the swinging leg past your support leg. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Very good. Clear the chair, give yourself a little bit more space, and that takes us to arch slaps. Spine nice and tall, and again, remember, this is not spine tall. This is just arched back. Drive the hips forward. Hands down, palms flat, bring the opposite hand to the foot. Here we go. 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2. Don't reach down for your foot like this. Bring your foot up to your hand. No contact, no foul. Just don't break posture. And done. Very good. That takes us into knee lifts. Here we go. And knee as high as you can without breaking posture. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Very good. Other side. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Very good. Remember, don't go super high if you can't balance. Keep your posture. Posture is your priority. Placing this foot in front, we're going to start with ankle rolls here. Lock out the knee, place the blade edge of the foot on the ground, and shift forward a little bit onto that. And back, forward, creating a stretch along the outside of the foot up into the knee, back, forward, back. Notice the posture. Forward, back, forward, back. Last time, forward, and back. Switch sides. Again, blade edge of the foot on the ground. You don't need to be tightrope walking. Just don't be too wide. From here, forward, get that stretch on the outside of the leg, and back. Forward, and back. Forward, and back. Forward, and back. One last time. Forward, get that stretch in there, and back. Now, take that front foot, step forward just a little bit, shift forward onto it, bending your knee, and again, driving the hip forward. Make sure that the hip, shoulder, and head line is vertical. From here, back foot toe down, and you're going to circle the heel around very slowly, taking your time. Trying to draw as big of a circle as you can with your heel, trying to also feel that stretch in the fascia of the foot, creating space in the small bones or between the small bones of the foot. Good job. And change the direction. Circle that heel inward. Now imagine you're in a body cast from your base foot all the way up to your head, and the only thing free is from the hip out of this circling leg. Good. And switch sides. Foot pointing straight, knee bent, hips pried forward, spine long and tall, toe down, and slowly circle this out. If your foot has been locked up for quite some time, very immobile, stuck in thick shoes for a long time, or over tight shoes for a long time, this is very important that you retrain mobility in those small joints of the foot. This will help your knee, your hip, and your lower back. Go very slow, be very precise with that heel circle. Good, and inward, change directions of that circle. And again, remember, stay as balanced as you can through posture. Not by trying to wiggle your way through the posture, but by actually pulling your spine vertical to the ground. Well done. And up. That takes us into foam rolling. Now, this particular foam roller that I'm using is called the Rumble Roller. It's my choice in foam rollers. Of all the rollers I've ever tried, this is the best one I've ever seen. These little nubs are like the thumbs of an acupressurist digging into your trigger points. And the trigger points are the parking brakes of the human body. That's why we're foam rolling. Now, you're going to sit back and place the back of your knee on the roller. As you place the back of the knee on the roller, you're just going to move up and down, pressing down with that back of the knee into the roller a little bit. Back and forth, couple inches up, couple inches down. If those muscles in the back of the knee, namely the popliteus, are tight, you're going to feel that sort of, how do you say, intense feeling. You may start sweating, you may start panting. Either way, relax your breathing, relax your face. So even though this might be intense or not ultra comfortable, relax your face. You want to poker face your opponent out. And if you've got trigger points, the opponent is pain. Good. Switch sides. Now, if you don't necessarily feel triggers, and this is the first time you've rolled, cross your free leg over top to add a little bit more pressure downward. Lift your hips up and rock back and forth. Taking your time. Now remember, go slow. Foam rolling is self-myofascial release. Now, myofascial release is a fancy name for massage. Think about this. You're taking the time to get a massage before you're really working out. Isn't that the ideal in training? Good. Let's switch again, and now let's move our focus area from the back of the knee down into the calf itself. Toes up, and here we go, nice and slow. Remember, rolling, just like massage, should not be a speed sport. If you went to see a massage therapist and they tried to get done in like 15 seconds flat, wouldn't you be a little bit upset? Similarly, as you're rolling and you find those knots, those trigger points, take your time. Don't be afraid to hit pause. And switch. Now, as you're rolling, you're also taking inventory of how your body feels from one side to the next. If one side is especially triggered up, make note of that. Spend a little bit more time on the side with more triggers. Now we're going to go to the medial side of the calf. The inside of the body is medial, towards the midline. The outside is the lateral part. So to roll the medial side of the calf, you're going to turn your big toe inward and downward and roll. As you're rolling, again, remember, relax your breathing. Relax your face. Go nice and slow. And again, hit pause whenever you need to. Not a speed sport. Good job. Switch sides. And rolling it back and forth. Nice and easy. If you think about it, if you've got a roller, you've got a massage therapist at your beck and call. Sounds pretty luxurious, doesn't it? Good job. And now we're going to go lateral towards the outside of the leg. So take the pinky side and turn that down towards the roller. And go back and forth, nice and easy. For a lot of us, you'll find that actually the lateral side is a little bit more intense. If you find a trigger point and you suddenly start sweating, that doesn't mean back off of it. That means that's the trigger point your body most needs to pay attention to. And switch. Same thing other side. And again, remember, if you need to, cross over, add a little bit more downward pressure, and roll back and forth. So you've got 4 positions on the lower leg that you're rolling. The popliteus, which is the back of the knee, the midline of the calf, the medial aspect of the calf, and the lateral aspect of the calf. Very good. Now that you've taken the brakes off the lower part of the leg, let's put this off to the side, and that will take us into the plank and pike sequence. The plank setup is no different from a standard push-up. Palms shoulder width apart, feet about hip width apart. From here, straight line from your heels to your hips, to your shoulders, to your head, ideally. Now, I want you to pay special attention to the keystone of your body, the hips. In this case, if the hips are sagging downward, you're straining your lower back. If they're hiking upwards, you're not training them. So from here, straight line from the heel to the hip to the shoulder. You want to clench the glutes. The glutes are the main muscle. If you need to modify, be from the knee to the hip to the shoulder to the head. Take a break for a second, relax, wiggle it out, and reset. The chest is pried up off the ground. Now, if she doesn't let the chest pry up off the ground, it's going to look like this. You'll notice that there's a valley between the shoulder blades. That's actually straining the shoulder and the neck. Prying the chest up off the ground gives you scapular or shoulder stability. Very important. From here, the next part is to pike. You're going to take the tailbone and lift it up, arching the lower back and driving backward with the hands. As you do this, the lower back should not curve. It should be nice and flat at the very least. Heels are also pushed downward, giving you a nice stretch to the posterior chain. If you need the modifier, again, stay on your knees, but push backwards, and again, make sure you've got that nice flat or nice arched back. Believe it or not, this is a very crucial rehab exercise, especially in postpartum situations. And down. And that brings us to the inverted V hang. From here, feet double shoulder width apart, pointing straight ahead, and reaching up into the sky, and down. Hang down nice and easy to the center. Head, neck, and shoulders are completely relaxed. Now, if you're a little bit more flexible, you're down as far as you can, great. If you're a little bit less flexible, make sure you don't cheat by unlocking the knees. Reach up. And from here, down to the side. Again, keeping the knees straight. And then once you're at your limit, use your breath to help you cheat more movement out of it. Inhale deep. And exhale down, keeping that knee straight. Good. Back up, driving the fingers all the way up into the ceiling or the sky or whatever happens to be above you. And down to the other side. Again, making sure the knee is locked straight. Go to your end point. Inhale deep. Hold. And exhale. Very good. Back up. And bring the feet together. Balls of the feet are touching. Ankles and heels are touching. We're going to go through slow knee bends right now. Palms on your knees. Knees are still straight. And slowly bend your knees as much as you can. Your feet need to stay completely flat throughout the course of this exercise. Moving as slow as possible. If you can go down much further, great, but only what you've got with control. Now, slowly up, same rate of speed. And not relying on the hands to push, but the hands are just there as landmark. As Anton comes up, he's coming up nice and slow, nice and smooth, and Kate is locking out her knees at the same rate that she went down at. Beautifully done. From here, that takes us to the straight leg swinging kick. You're going to base your foot out 45, stay tall. Remember, posture is your priority. The height of the kick is completely irrelevant. As you're more flexible, go higher, but if you're not, don't cheat it. Here we go. And 1, and 2, and 3, 4, and 5. Good. Switch. Same thing other side. As you warm up a little bit, and if you can keep posture, go a little higher. No problem. Base it out, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Beautiful. Let's take that back to this side and work the instep kick. The instep is the top of the foot. From here, plant your base foot at 45, and this one has no momentum. So while the last one you were able to swing through, this one's going to be a little bit more challenging. In this case, it might be a good idea to have a chair on standby if you need it. Would you mind, please? I want you to work these kicks, but I also don't want you to struggle to the point of strain or injury. From here, bring the knee up, hold your balance, extend the leg as far as you can, toes pointed. This is called plantar flexed. Bring the knee back and down. Shift forward again. Chamber the knee up. Posture up. Extend. Toes are pointed. Back in and down. Same thing other side. Here we go. And if you need the chair, again, switch sides. Plant your base foot. Get tall. Chamber up. Bring the knee up. Toes are pointed down. Out. In and down. Shift forward. Posture up. Out. Posture still. In and down. Great job with that instep kick. That takes us all the way to the upper body warm-up sequence. So clear the chair, and here we go with the arm swings, front and back. Make sure your arms tap your shoulders at the extremes. Keep your neck relaxed and your posture tall. Shoulders should stay down the whole time. And from here, that takes us into arm circles. Big circles forward, swinging the arms loosely and freely. The shoulder is actually one of the most loose joints in the body. Go backwards. You want to restore that range of motion, so fight for the range of motion. Work on this. Make it floppy, make the circles big. What you don't use in terms of range of motion, you lose. And down. From here, shoulder circles now. Big circles forward. Take your time, go through maximum range of motion, but still try and keep posture. Push the vertex of your head up into the ceiling, not your forehead, the vertex, the tippy top, not this. Make those circles very smooth, but very big. Backwards, same thing. Max range of motion, super slow, super smooth, super precise. And that takes us into the neck. Shoulders are down, and work on neck flexion, bringing your chin to your chest. Now don't cheat and open your jaw and go here. Nothing good can come of that. That's not real neck range of motion. Teeth stay together, flex the neck. Relax the breathing down to the hips. And now neck extension. Push your chin all the way up towards the ceiling. Good. Back to neutral. And lateral flexion. Tip to the side, keeping the shoulders nice and flat. And if you need a little tactile cue, take the earlobe and pull it straight up. Some of you may have flashbacks. I don't know, did your mom do that to you? But remember, just breathe through it. It'll be okay. Back to neutral, and same thing the other side. Shoulders neutral, and just tip. If you need the tactile cue, pull up a little bit. And again, remember, when you hit your end range of motion, breathe. Good. Come back to neutral. Now rotation. We're going to turn our head as far as we can towards one side and the other. One and the other. Don't whip your head and neck. Nice and smooth. One and the other. And as you're rotating, get tall. One and then the other. Beautiful. Great job on that neural reboot. Now that you've maximized your mobility, let's develop your dynamic motion control with Tai Chi.
Dr. Cheng does his instruction as if he is your mirror image. So, when he tells you to move your right hand, he will actually be moving his left hand, just like you would look if you were watching your own reflection. That's the best way to instruct on video and part of the breakthrough of the Tai Cheng teaching method.
Hi, welcome to phase 1 of the Tai Cheng class series. We're going over Tai Chi static postures, and I'm here with my assistants, Kate and Anton. We're going to be covering the 3 basic stances as well as the first move today. Let's begin. From here, push down with the balls of the feet into the deck, and then pry the knees outward. As you pry outward with the knees, you'll notice that my arches will go from flat to raised up. That's important. You want that strong arch as you train. From here, knees are pried out, and then tilt the pelvis. More often than not, we're gonna stand a little bit like this. This is because the hip flexors are a little bit tight. We wanna make sure that those hip flexors get stretched. We always make sure that the lower core is engaged and make sure that the glutes are helping to rotate. You wanna pull the belt buckle up towards your sternum. This is the essence for the lower body portion of the level stance. That takes us into the upper body. Shoulders are down, and then your palm heels go right on your temples. So you traction the temples upward. Relax your breathing out of your neck so you're not breathing apically towards the apex of your lungs. Bring that breathing down right between your hip bones. You're gonna hear me use that cue over and over and over again. And this is the essence of breath. Get your breathing to be down here. So as you breathe deeply, if you watch my hands, and make sure as you're breathing, the lower hand is moving. And this level stance is gonna be your basic position for standing meditation. Now, once you've been able to get the breathing down into the lower abdomen, relax the arms down. And again, practice rolling the shoulders down, relaxed, collarbone is spread, head and neckline long. From here, that takes us into the second stance, which would be the front stance. From here, we're gonna take one foot and pivot it on the heel outward 45 degrees, shift onto it, and then keeping this foot on the same track, we're gonna slide it forward just one pace, gently. From there, transferring the weight onto the front leg, knee is bent, hips are turned in the same direction that the weighted foot is pointing. So right now, this front foot bears the predominance of your weight. Make sure your hips and shoulders are facing the same direction as that weighted foot. Not that the back foot doesn't have some weight also, but you should be in roughly about an 80-20 weight distribution. So again, hips are turned and tilt that belt buckle upward. You wanna make sure that you've got that stretch going on in the back leg. Nice tall spine, and this is the essence of the front stance. From here, let's do that same thing on the other side. So again, here's the recipe. Keep the heel down, pivot it out 45 degrees. Shift onto that leg, take the other foot, slide it forward along that line, one pace, bend the front knee, rotate the hips and shoulders all the way into the front, and pull that belt buckle up. Make sure your belt buckle isn't hanging downward like this. This is because I lack strength in my lower abs and I've got tight hip flexors. I want to have the opposite. Strong lower abs, resilient hip flexors. So I should feel a little bit of a stretch in this part of my hip, and so should you at home. If you don't feel that, either you've got amazing hip flexors or you're just not actually tilting the pelvis enough. More likely than not, my money's on number 2. Okay, let's try that again. And again, from here, do it with me. One foot pivots out 45 degrees, shift onto that leg, slide your other foot forward one pace. And now rotate the hips into the front. Beautifully done. Pull the belt buckle up, feel the work going on in the legs, and hopefully a stretch in the hip. Very good. One more rep, the other side. Turn that front foot out, shift onto it, balance, tall spine, relax shoulders, slide the other foot forward, one pace, drive the hips and shoulders all the way into the front, and make sure that you're tucked as opposed to untucked. Pull the belt buckle up. Very good. So from front stance, that takes us to back stance. Pretty simple. Just shift all of your weight backward onto the weighted foot. There are 2 versions. This is one. From here, I have 100% of my weight on my back leg. Notice that the knee, however, isn't buckling inward. My knee should be in the same vertical plane as the foot. You also notice that watching the arch goes from strong, pulled up, to pancaked. So keep that knee pried out, keep the hip tucked, keep the spine tall. Now this is one version of the back stance. Shift back into the front and switch feet. And every time you get back into the stance, go through that checklist. Check that the back foot's out 45. Front foot straight. Knee is bent, pried out. Hips are tucked. Now shift back again. Knee is pried out. Hips are tucked. Spine is tall. Make sure your butt's not hanging back like this. Bringing your butt with you. 100% weight on the back leg. Now, here's the acid test. If you can do it right, pull that front foot back without moving a hair on your head. And then put that foot back out in front. If your legs aren't that strong yet, you're gonna take a much more shallow stance. Kind of like this. Notice that I'm a lot higher up. My foot's not as far forward. Starting again from level stance, turn the back foot out 45, this one in this case. Shift onto it. The difference now is we're gonna break that weighted foot rule and keep the hips all the way to the front. And this time we are going to show one-track mind. I'm gonna put the toes down just in front. So your hips, shoulders are forward in violation of that weighted foot rule, but the toes are in line with the heel. Same track. This is the second variation of the back stance. Very good. Now let's go over to the other side. Heel back down, foot's on a 45, shift onto it, keep your hips underneath your shoulders. You're gonna hear that repeated over and over again. Pry that base knee out, and then let the toes just come forward on that same piece of tape as your heel. Beautiful. Now, if you've never done static work like this before, your legs may be a little bit tired, you may be shaking a little bit, or even if you're a well-seasoned athlete, if you change your workout regimen, your body will be challenged a little bit. Not a problem. Make sure you hit all of the points though. You can get up and rest if you need to. And back into the level stance. And that brings us to our first move, lift and lower. Again, let's go through the checklist. Balls of the feet are pried down into the deck. Feet are absolutely straight parallel. Knees are pried outward. And again, as the knees pry outward, watch my feet. If you look at my arches from here, my feet are nice and straight. And as soon as I pry my knees out, look what happens to the arch. You get an automatic reflexive arch. So if you got flat feet, try this. Tilt the pelvis, spine long and tall, shoulders pulled down, and palms on the temples, just pull upward. Give yourself that active cue, that temple traction, and arms down. Perfect external structure. Now let's go internal, breathe. So you're almost breathing against your waistband, like you're breathing against the elastic of your waistband or against your belt. And arms down at the sides, completely relaxed. And now reach forward from your wrists. As you're reaching forward from the wrists, don't lift your shoulders and don't lean back. It's like you're in a body cast, but like muscle T style body cast, so your arms are out, ready to flex. Once your wrists get up to shoulder height, slowly roll your elbows in just a little bit, drop the wrists, and gently extend the fingers. As you're doing this, use as little tension as possible in the arms, but keep your spine absolutely straight, very vertical. In the classics, they talk about the perfect Tai Chi body as a needle wrapped in cotton. That needle is your axis of movement, your spine. The cotton is everything peripheral. So there's no tension, no rigidity in the limbs. You end up with your arms straight at your sides, palms facing the floor. And relax down again, empty the wrists, pull the spine, center the breath, and take your time. Reach forward from your wrists. Hands should be totally relaxed, limp. If you've got any juice in them right now, just let it go. No effort, none needed. Wrists up to shoulder height, then roll the elbows in. Slowly drop the wrists and slowly extend the fingers. Keeping as relaxed as you can all the way through. Relax down all the way, and let's do it one more time. Slowly reaching forward from the wrists, keeping the knees pried out. Again, just double check, give it a little bit of a pry. Balls of the feet pried down, pull the belt buckle up. Wrists up to shoulder height, not higher. Check your shoulders. So let's do a check. Lift up the shoulders and drop them down. This is where they should be. Now, elbows drop, Wrists float, fingers extend. Great job. You just finished the Tai Cheng move lift and lower. It's important for you to remember that mindful practice is the key to mastery. If you have time to sneak in a few more careful reps or even repeat the entire workout another time, do it. Keep finding chances during your day and in everything you do to improve your awareness of posture and relaxation.